This is a story mountain. Every story is like a mountain, which contains its exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and finally resolution. Today, we're going to learn about the exposition of a story. Sometimes, exposition can also be called backstory. Exposition is the first part of the plot sequence in a story. It is the beginning of the story where the setting, characters, and the background information are introduced. Now, let's read a story together and see if you can identify the exposition of the story. Remember, the exposition is normally the first part of the story. This is the first part of the story of Mulan. Look for keywords that relate to the setting, characters, and the background information. Thousands of years ago in ancient China, there lived a beautiful young woman named Mulan. Mulan's father had once been a great warrior, but his leg had been injured in battle. One day, the Huns, China's enemy, invaded. So the emperor ordered that one man from every family must join the imperial army. Mulan's aged father had to fight again. Mulan knew her father was too old to fight. As an only child, Mulan felt responsible for upholding the family honor. Later that night, she made a big decision. After saying a prayer to the ancestors, she used a sword to cut her hair short. Then, she put on her father's warrior clothes. As her parents slept, Mulan, now dressed as a young man, jumped onto her father's horse. Then she raced up to join the imperial army in her father's place. Question 1. These are the keywords and facts that we have found from the first part of the story. To identify the exposition of the story, we need to match the important information with the setting, characters, and background information. Can you match the keywords and facts on the left to the boxes on the right? Take in ancient China, for example. Is it A, the setting of the story, B, a character, C, the background information, or D, none of the above? Feel free to pause the video to think. You have 5 seconds. The answer is A, the setting of the story. The story of Mulan takes place in ancient China. Did you get it right? Question 2. Now, we know that in ancient China is the setting of the story. What about Mulan and her father? Is it A, the setting of the story, B, a character, C, the background information, or D, none of the above? Feel free to pause the video to think. You have 5 seconds. The answer is B, the characters of the story. Did you get it right? That means The rest of the important keywords and facts are the background information of the story. Finally, let's wrap it up. After having all the important information that we need to identify the exposition of the story of Mulan, can you put them all together and figure out what the exposition of the story is? Feel free to pause the video to think. You have 5 seconds. We can conclude the first passage like this. When the Huns invaded China, one man from every family must join the army. However, Mulan's father was too old to fight. Upholding the family honor, Mulan decided to join the army in her father's place. This is the exposition of the story, where we meet some of the characters and are introduced to a problem or conflict that the main character has.